Happy Friday, everyone. Tom Grisafi, Advanced Trading, coming to you live from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, one of Sioux Falls' finest hotels here, right along the falls, literally. Beautiful, beautiful country up here. Went to a great event yesterday. Went to Ag PhD. That was fun with the Hefty Boys and met a lot of great people. I wish I had time to tell you all the stories, and I'll tell you a few on premium content today. We have Brian Hefty's top 10 list on both lessons learned from dad and agronomy tips. So they'll be on premium today. And I got to tell you, folks were telling me all day yesterday they're caught long grain. And looking at the markets, it looks like they are. With that, let's switch to LaSalle Street. I'll look at my quotes on my phone and I'll quote it up for you. Last I looked, corn was down about 6 or 7. I'm going to say it still is with that. So we'll quote it up that way. Corn down 6, getting the quotes up here. Well, a little worse. Dees corn down 7. Board of Trade wheat down 5. Looking at the other wheats following in suit, down 7 and 8. No beans, the big loser today, down 18. That's going to hurt a little bit. I will say this, as the market started to rally, everyone wanted to get out of their puts. Should I not be protected? 2-3 days of rally does not stop a bear market. Okay, with that, real important here on the outside markets, we have to talk outsides. We'll switch over to LaSalle Street. Grains are lower, as we stated there. We'll get to meats during the show, but outside markets absolutely on fire. Dow Jones up 580, S&P's up 50, NASDAQ up 160. Seeing some big volatility in Bitcoin. Bitcoin up 5 and some moves in the metal. Gold up 30. Oil down $1. That's interesting. Volatility, VIX, highest since April, and we'll keep an eye on that. Some moves in interest rates, of course, but they're still moderate. Yields are gently coming down. It looks like we might be heading into what some people say would look like a recession type trade. With that, let's bring them in. Connor B, I'm flying on a laptop and a bunch of used equipment here from a hotel. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. It's glad to have you back. You mentioned that a lot of people talked about being caught long. How about the sentiment? Give me like the yield expectations in North South Dakota, right? How do they feel about the crop up there?
Yeah, and they pull them in from all over for this meeting. Probably 10,000 people. The strong states that were there were South Dakota, North Dakota, a lot of Minnesota people. I probably talked to more Minnesota people than anyone else. I met people from California, from Texas. What an interesting event held at Ag PhD. It'll be the third Thursday of July every year. It's interesting. This real quick before we get into the yields. It's an outdoor event. They invite 10,000 people. They hope it doesn't rain, and it was just absolutely beautiful weather, minus the Canadians sending enough smoke to give you health issues. It was a beautiful day. With that, look at that. There's some of the good folks from Minnesota right there. That guy tackled me. That guy right there, he's like, "Hey, cow guy." And I go, "I'm not the cow guy. Call me cow guy junior." But just great people. He's long old crop grain. Full disclosure, he probably doesn't know I'm saying that, but he's not the only one. So post a picture of any farmer and they're holding old crop, have barely anything sold for 24. Now that's not everyone. We know we have some clients who are love hedging, love getting forward sold, love getting forward protected. Of course, if the markets went up $2, they wouldn't like it then. I did ask these folks who are caught long grain, did you sell a lot of grain at the highs during the Ukraine war? And they said yes. I said that very reason you sold all that grain you were holding on to for a year, year and a half during the Ukraine war is the very reason you're going to sell a ton of 350 corn the next few years. And I told them this, I was blunt. You didn't get any smarter. The market just went up a few years ago. And you didn't get any not smarter. No one's IQ changed. If you gave an IQ test 2 years ago when corn was 750, no one's IQ's less. The price of corn's flying around and how people react to it, both emotionally and then physically. You're asking about the physical part. The bushels are there, Connor B.
Yeah. Yep. Seems to be a recurrent statement. One thing, and I think it's a good lead into premium, you had Mr. Carr on, but let's look at temperature. This is kind of the story, right? If we want to be a bull, we're looking at the weather and the temperatures for August. It's going to be hot in North and South Dakota, Tommy. We're talking real big temps into North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, a little bit above average in Illinois, but about the standard. But looking for a hot August. Market isn't too concerned right now, though, with corn down 7, beans down 9, no beans down 19.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, Mick Kerr came on Weather ATI Pro Media I can never figure out how to say his name. Kjar. I mess it up every time, but just say Mick Cares. So
Yep.
Mick, Mick Care, I pronounced his name wrong the first three times I did a video with him. He comes in every Monday at 7 in the morning, Friday at 7 in the morning, does weather. It is going to get hot. It's going to get so hot, beans are down 18. What do you think of that, Connor?
Yeah, I mean, hot. The G here, I got the GFS. I'll pop that in for a little color too. Right, we're talking out west, Brady Huck area. We're looking a little bit drier than normal, but my gosh, when we look back on July of 2024, can we say, is it safe to say precipitation was almost ideal? Temperatures, right? We never saw the super hot temperatures for the whole month of July, and so if we had a great July and we have a decent to good August, I think we're going to be okay if we start betting on these genetics, Tommy. That's my thought.
You know what my thought is? I took my glasses off so it wouldn't glare. I can't see a damn thing. So there we go. They're going back on. I'm looking at the buttons. I said, I feel like a squirrel blind over here. All right, put them back on. You're going to have to deal with the glare. With that, yeah, we have some interesting things. We're going into a weather weekend of trade. We sell off hard enough today. Wouldn't surprise me at all to pop Sunday. August expirations expire today. We have
Yep.
incredible volatility in the outside markets. We had a monster day in cattle yesterday. If you're short cattle or doing cattle, you're probably sending in money today. The people I met at Ag PhD Field Days who are involved in cattle from Kansas and Texas, they were confident to overconfident, and it reminded me like a bunch of farmers sitting around long $7, $8 corn, long 750 corn thinking it's going to 8. Be blessed you have 750 corn, it may go to 8. We're in a great industry here in cattle, but things can change. That those outside markets and everything, things are good till they're not. The numbers in cattle are so bullish, but that doesn't mean the consumer can continue to pay those high prices. Dow Jones at 550 right now makes you think they can do it for a little bit longer. But keep an eye with Brady Huck. He does such a great job with cattle and everything else. But the people on the visits I had, whether it be with Rob Sharkey or this other group, Rob did a bunch of recording of podcasts there. So I got to meet people from all over the country who we recorded with that day. The cattle people were overconfident. They had a cavalier attitude. God bless. It never stays that good for that long.
Yeah. Well said. Hey, I got something I want to touch on. Let's look at. We saw the Fed's key inflation rate rose 2.5% in line with expectations, but it all seems to me, Tommy, it's pointing to the story. We're going to see a rate cut. Isn't the odds of a September rate cut? I think it's about 100% right now, isn't it?
Yep, we got it. It's pretty much going to happen. Rate cut, and then after that, maybe another one. We have the election coming up. We're about 102, 101 days to that. I was watching a little news last night before I went to bed. I just shut it off, and I actually started watching some of those people I met, some of those podcasts, some of these people who podcast about agriculture. The political, if you watch too much TV, you're going to get a headache, and shut that stuff off. And someone will text you if something bad happened, I promise you. But most of all, focus on your own self and your own crops right now. Real quick, speaking of focusing, let's go to premium real quick because you and Brady
Yeah.
knocked it out of the park yesterday. I watched half of it without telling everyone what you did. What did you did? What did you did get control of 2025? Brady Huck,
What
Connor Bridgman.
What did you did? What we did, Tommy, is we wanted to get a game plan. Tony Dunker, Justin Ader, they did great about now's the time to sell. Looking at what's our checklist for the 24 crop? So Brady and I wanted to peek at. Let's start looking at 25 crop and what's the right way to approach. Right, we're scared. We've got big crops for 24. We're scared of the price for 25. What tools should we be using to start hedging grain? And so that's what we went over and just walking through the different tools, different avenues you can approach to hedging that 25 crop.
Real awesome, great job. Premium content, www.ati Pro Media. I met a bunch of folks out there who at the show. I was out there yesterday. Big thanks to these folks, Ag PhD. Look at that. Look at that. Well, that's me up there, but look at that event out there. I mean, it was a monster event.
Wow.
That room filled in a bunch more. One quick thing, I don't think we were able to get the video loaded up, and that's okay. But Brian Hefty gave a talk about. Uh, well, I got it right here. I won't say it, but 2 pages, lessons from dad toward higher yields, and then the other page, Brian's top 10 tips for higher yields. And when I tell you this tent was just, I couldn't see him. I could just hear him. if you wanted to know, is the farmer more worried about growing bushels or selling them? I am 1,000% sure if this was predicted, they're 99% more worried about growing bushels than selling them. I mean, the people who come to my meeting or anyone's marketing meeting, they're really nice. I went to a marketing meeting in the afternoon. I don't know if they're, came because they were hot and they wanted to get a water or whatever, but they, when I tell you, myself and others were sitting at the edge of our seats to listen to him talk about how to grow 400 bushel corn. But when you talk about how to market 400 bushel corn, they'll give you 100 reasons on why they can't grow that. So they go to the meeting to hear how to grow record corn. When you tell them you could have record corn, you need to hedge it and market it. They're like, it's not going to be there. I got a buddy in this part of in Waseca, Minnesota, and he's got a field that's flooded. It's not like that. I just drove from Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, South Dakota, going up North Dakota today. There's enough bushels out there to get by. Also, point number two, the farmer loves when the funds buy commodities and get them up to 758, but I had one person saying, if Kamala Harris is elected, do you think she'll stop funds from selling? I mean, to actually understand funds shouldn't be able to sell a commodity that we grow. The actual understanding of markets and free capitalism is still in 2024 has its challenges when things aren't going your way, right? And you seem like that. You seem like a crier when Illinois loses in basketball. Or
Oh,
how long did they go without
Tommy,
scoring a point?
Tommy, I thought we were
Not on
gonna
a
have a
Friday.
great. I missed you. I haven't seen you for a few days. Thought we were gonna have a great
Just
show, and you
just
bring up this
just
crap.
repeat. How long did they go without scoring a point? Like
Oh,
31 minutes?
a long time,
Well, right now
Tommy.
the corn
It
farmer's
felt
going without scoring a point. The only
it.
point you can get right now is bushels.
Yeah, it felt like 3 hours. You mentioned about yield. No, Dakota guys, man, everyone feels pretty good about the yield, right? Talking about growing 400 bushel corn. What was it last week? You were talking about the spreadsheet, guys, right? We got to put a pencil to the dot of our break even. We're going to use our APH. Well, if we're using that spreadsheet, now's the time to have an honest conversation. If I am 10, 20% above my APH, if the yields are out there, I know we got to get through August, but you need to start planning, right? Uh, Suddenly that break even number is a lot different. And I think we need to be a little bit like Justin Ader's video, right? We need to be ready to sell, and we need to start thinking of that and have an honest opinion of what's out there in the field.
Yeah, the neat thing about Justin, for folks who didn't see it, it's on the premium. If you subscribe, we can get that to you. Justin was a banker before this. So he's a commodity broker now, a great commodity broker, but he was a great ag lender. And he was sending an advanced trading broker who has since retired so much business that he actually flipped and went from, I'm tired of sitting at the bank sending you these accounts. I think I could do both. I think I could help a farmer from the financial side and the hedging marketing side. He's just absolutely doing well up there in the thumb of Michigan, but he can work with people from anywhere in the country. We're not bound to what city or state we're in. But yeah, I liked his perspective. It's his third or fourth premium. He's really getting confident in front of the camera, and he belts it out there. Hey, real quick, folks, it's a Friday. I'm in a good mood. Markets are down. That's not why I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because it's Friday and this is America. I'm gonna go spend the weekend with some friends. If you're out there, if you need a flag, give me a call, 1-855-737-FARM. My brother Joe will pick up the phone. He'll get that, and we'll go from there and send one great viewer and listener a American flag. Real quick, Connor, I had lots of compliments about you and Brady. I was shocked at the amount of people who watch ATI Pro Media or Hefty's version, Acres TV, which we're on daily also. Just a great group of people. I have to say, I wish you could have went on this trip, and I'm super optimistic to be at Farm Progress Days because whereas this Hefty Field Day was one very intense day, I think Farm Progress Days 2, 3 days, and I really liked getting out there amongst the people. I was telling a friend of mine, it's been years since I've really. We go to Commodity Classic and walk around, totally different vibe. Like Commodity Classic's pretty
Completely.
fast paced. People are going from booth to booth. This was just fun yesterday. I look really forward to Farm Progress show.
Yeah, and is that in into August?
End of August, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Good deal.
Anything else? Let's grab a couple questions. My phone's blowing up. I got to call a couple
Yep.
people.
Yep.
Love doing the show. You and Brady did great, and you always do. Oh, there you go, Ashley. Ashley had a meeting. I wasn't able to attend. Ashley invited me to attend a meeting.
I think.
Unfortunately, she got her streams crossed and planned it the same day as Ag PhD.
Wait,
Uh,
wait. Is this related to Illinois basketball or to Ag PhD?
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm just
Uh,
kidding.
yeah.
Good stuff.
If all you did was go through life winning, it wouldn't be very much fun. I mean, how would you know a cut hurts? That's why when you get a cut, you get such a thick scab is to kind of protect that area, right? So
Yeah,
if
that's what me and my brother and my dad say, being Chicago Bears fans, right? Well, we can't win
yeah,
all the time. Maybe we could win some of the time, but anyway. Tony
yeah,
Dunker, great premium yesterday on 25. Thank you, Tony. Cattle producers may want to cowboy up.
yeah, absolutely. With that, I got to hop, but always fun doing the show. If you need us, give us a call, 1-855-737-FARM. Catch us on YouTube on the replay, Acres TV. We need more subscribers to Apple Podcast and Spotify Podcast. Sometimes we forget to tell people about that. Gina G wants to tell you real quick all the places you can see us. It helps us tremendously if you click like, subscribe, hit
Yeah.
notifications. We see our viewership going up. That's
Hey,
because good folks like you are watching and
hey,
telling others. What were you going to say?
hey, let's pop in that that video you said about the it bursting at the seams. Here, let's roll it.
Making that better year after year after year. Any investment in your crop can be negated by poor drainage. Okay, next thing.
Yeah, that's the meeting. Just listening how to get better yields. Mr. Rick, thanks for the popping that up. Real quick, if you want to catch us on all the platforms, here's how you do it.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to watch more episodes, you can find us on YouTube, Acres TV, or you can listen to us on Apple or Spotify.
All right, big thanks, Gina G. She's going to close up the show. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing. Love to have you on the premium side. Lots of good stuff coming out this weekend. We might go live Sunday. Maybe not. Hopefully, there's not too much drama, but I do think we'll be in a weather market type of mode on the
Absolutely.
open. Thanks, Connor.
Weather market, and then remember we're going to have a production report, I think, in 2 weeks, so have that on your radar too. With
Big
that,
10 for us.
have a good one.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.